get rid of that one doggone plant I got left. Was that mat? Child. I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So I'm notorious for jumping on camera without eating. But this is a pillowcase cover that I have. It has an opening on this side. Well, it's just a whole opening, right? So to create it, a lot of times you need to measure your pillow to see the size of your pillow. Now my pillows are generally like 16 inches by 16. Sometimes they're 15. This one is going to be a 16 by 16 inch pillow. Now when I do 16 by 16, I generally go from here 16 inches here. That's the front of the pillow. Now when you look at the back of the pillow, it's generally a different size. It's going to be 16 this way, but because you want them to overlap and cross one another, you're going to add some more inches. So it's generally 10 by 16. So I'm going to cut out two pieces that are going to be 10 by 16 for the back. Hey, what's up? And then, like I said, the front piece is going to be 16 inches by 16 inches. I'm going to take me a couple more bites of this, and then I'm going to get to it. Now, again, this is one that I created. And if I'm not mistaken, I do have the video, and I'll probably link it under this video when I finish. That way it'll be easier for you to get to it if you wanted to see how I made this one, because I added this in the front of it. Now, this is the fabric I'm going to use. I already had this fabric in my stash. This is a fabric that I've made, you know, a few things, even my head wrap that I have on today. So that's the pillow I'm going to be making. If you're interested, give me a few minutes. I'm getting ready to get into it. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut the fabric first, and then we're going to stitch it up. And I'm going to use a regular sewing machine today because you don't need to use anything extra, you know. Let me open it up. So yeah, that way you can put your pillow in here. You can take them, you can wash them. It's much easier to be able to wash your pillowcase than having to wash the entire pillow. So yeah. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. Okay. Make sure my lighting the way I need it to be. I want you guys to be able to see it when I cut it. So I'm going to pull this down. All the way down. My coffee. So again, like I said, I am going to be using this fabric over here. I got my measuring tape. I do have a stick. Honestly, I can lie the stick down here and just, well, over here, see that? Let me put this over here. And I can measure it that way. But let me put this to the side. And if you're interested in learning how to measure what you already have, this is how you would do it. You will go from the stitch to the other stitch. Like I said, that's 16 inches. And I'm going to go from this stitch to that one. and then 16 inches. So that's how I get that measurement. All right, let's get into it. So this is, get this, open it up so I can cut it because it's a lot. My first piece again is going to be, no, I'm going to actually add 1/2 inch to it. So instead of it being exactly 16 inches, I'm going to, oh, this is great because this is already cut out up here. Let me see if it's long enough to use. It's perfect. So I'm going to add 1/2 inch to my measurement. So it's going to be 16.5 by 16.5. I don't even have my chalk in here. And then I'm going to measure it down this way, the same way, 16.5. So I can go ahead and cut this part that's in front of me. Let me move my machine over some. 16.5. And this 16.5 inches is going to be for the front pillow. The front of the pillow, rather. I have a little bit over here I have to cut off to make sure it's at 16.5 inches because it was a little bit extra. And plus sometimes you have like the little wording on the end and you want to cut that off. You don't want to keep that on your So let me measure it again. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm going to sit that to the side. My next two pieces are going to be 10 by 16. And that's more than enough for me to go ahead and cut it the way I need to cut it. So the length of this way, so it can be 10 inches. And I'm going to cut that off right here, 10 inches. Measure the length again because I do have a little extra because of that little purple piece on the end, and I can cut that off. I don't need that piece. And then all I have to do is make another one of those right quick. That on top of here, and I can just basically trace it out. Oh, my weights. That way I don't have to worry about it moving while I'm cutting. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece off. Like I said, I already have that one cut at 10 by 16. And I'm going to cut this one also at 10 by 16. And now I'm going to put my fabric up. I have to cut this little extra piece off over here so it can be the right length. So I've already cut the 3 pieces that I need for this project. So again, this is that piece, and this is going to be the front. Now again, the front, and see, looking at this fabric, you have to look at it really, really good, because one side is more colorful than the other. Now this is the dull side. That's going to be on the inside of it. And I'm going to sit that to the side. What we're going to work on first are the two sides. So one of the sides, I'm going to fold it once, about 1/4 of an inch. Then I'm going to fold it again, because that's going to give me the perfect hem for when I put it on the machine. And you can always press it down with an iron, but I'm not doing that today. Press it here. Then, because see, that's going to be on one side, then I have another one. I'm going to do the same thing. Fold it once. Make sure I got it the right way. I'm going to fold it again. I'm going to add 2 clips to it. Now, when I fold these are going to, this is the good side. So this is the side of the pillow that's going to be out on the outside, right? Let me flip it. So as you can see, those are going to be hemmed, and that's what you're going to see that's going to cross each other, like on the other pillow. They're going to cross each other and they're going to look uniform. So that's probably the hardest part of the process, making sure that you have those two ready to go. And I'm going to hem those two right quick. And let me pull this over. Ooh, goodness gracious. So I do have the type of needle I have right now. I might have to, let me change it out, because it is from when I was doing, what was we working on? I was working on a knit fabric. So generally I would change it out, and I always have like a coin sitting close by, but I don't think I have one in here. My table looking like it's leaning about to fall. Okay, so I got my little coin. Generally, I keep a little coin to be able to twist this off, to take the needle out when I need to change it. So I'm going to change this needle to one that's more appropriate, because I'm not working it with anything that's like a stretch knit. Screw it back in place, and I'll just try to rethread it right quick, right fast. It's not. Okay, let me run this through. Run it through the whole, yeah, let me know, yeah. So, like I said, I already, add another clip, already got these ready to hem them on the side. And you can pick any type of stitch you want for your hem. You can do a straight stitch, you can do a design, whatever it is. I'm just going to do a straight stitch right quick. I'm going to back stitch. right quick. Now after I do my back stitch, I basically already have this side hem, because again that's going to be a part of the back that overlap in the back. Then I'm going to go ahead and hem the other side. So now we're going to piece the pillow together. I'm going to move my machine back over to the side. That way you can see the process of it being pieced together. Now, putting it together, trying to get all this trash out the way. So this is the good side. Basically, you can see the difference. This one is real dull. And I'm working with a cotton type of blend. So again, this is the pretty side. And what I'm going to do is basically turn these so the pretty sides touch one another. Meaning the, you know, more vibrant, colorful piece of the fabric, okay? So I'm going to sandwich that again right here. And this is so easy and quick to make, you know, like your little fall pillows or whatever color you want to do. This I already had, so I'm just going to work with it. So I'm going to add me some clips, or you can use your pins to pin everything in place. So I always start with the middle. I might go ahead and actually use some pins because I don't want it to come out. So I think I'm going to use pins instead. Yeah, I'm going to use my pins. I don't mind using pins with cottons. This is just like satin and real fine material I'm not crazy about. So I put the pins there. These are the overlapping pieces, and this is basically holding those two down when I do that one. I didn't pin all the way through. So you got to pin both layers. There we go. I didn't pin all the way through. That way when I stitch, I don't have to worry about those two coming up. Then I'm going to add some more pins to it. There and over here. So when I put it on the machine, I'm just basically going to stitch all the way around, all four corners. I'm going all the way around. And that's going to be it. Now what I can do when I finish, I can, you know, cut off any extra that's there. And I'm using a straight stitch, not doing anything fancy. Always back stitch. lift my presser foot and turn it. Let me do one more stitch before I turn it. Okay, and then I can turn it. Then I'm gonna go down this side. Too far, a little too fast just then. And I just gotta close this little small piece. And it's done. Now you can always like serge around the inside if you're concerned about the edges being open or exposed or whatever. But that, again, that is the inside of the pillow. So a lot of times people really don't care about the inside of the pillow. Take all my little pins off. And I can cut the little extra piece. One of the most important things to like creating anything that has like corners, you always want to cut close to that corner. Cut that little piece off, but make sure you don't cut the thread. But it makes it easier for you to turn things inside out at that corner. I'm gonna clean the sides up a little bit. Clean that up. I got another side I need to clean up. This one right here. I'm just cutting a little extra fabric off that's on the outside of my thread. So all you do is turn it inside out, and that's why I said it was important for the corners. Now you can take something and like poke the corners out, but it's not really necessary. So that side, and then this side. We got one more side. Open it up. And this will be a good time to, you know, give it a good press on your ironing board or whatever it is you use. But that's the back. As you can see, the back overlaps just fine. That's the front of it. You know what? I got like a cute black silhouette image that will look really nice up there. But let me grab a pillow so you can see. So this is my pillow I'm gonna use. Pulled on it a little too hard, but either way, that's basically how it came out. This is the back. Basically, that's the place where it overlaps. That's it. Quick, fast, and easy pillowcase cover, that is.